Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ege and today we're going to be doing my 5-star prediction for 2023. I did this thing last year, but I was supposed to make a follow-up video where I talk about these books that I predicted and how many stars I ended up giving them, but I did not because of, I don't even know why. I just did not. Yeah, I did not finish all the books. That's why I didn't read all the books. So I think so I'm going to do that quickly. I'm just going to give a quick reaction and talk about the books, and then after that we're going to talk about the books for 2023 that I predict I'm going to give 5 stars. So the first book in 2022, I brought out 5 books and said I was predicting that I will give this book 5 stars, and yeah, I did not end up giving 5 stars to all of them, but I did give some 5 stars. So I went to quickly grab my 5-star prediction for last year just to give a quick reaction to them. So the first book I predicted I would give 5 stars was Pachinko. Did I end up giving these 5 stars? Yes, absolutely. Love this book. Would encourage everybody to read it. It deserves 5 stars and more. I was correct. I know my reading taste. The next I gave a 5-star prediction to was The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is the reason, okay, this one and another book is the reason why we didn't do the reaction last year, make a reaction video to see if what I actually rated all the books, because I did not end up reading this in 2022. So this year I'm hoping to God, and honestly, everything and anything that I actually end up reading this book, I still feel like I'll give it 5 stars though. Then the next book was The Song of Achilles. I did not end up reading this book. Also, I had every intention of reading this, but did not end up reading this because honestly a lot of things went wrong for me last year. But we thank God I'm still standing strong. I still strongly feel like I'll give this 5 stars though. And then the next book was The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I ended up giving this 3 stars. Honestly, I don't know what juju made me feel like this book would have gotten 5 stars from me in the first place. Actually, the juju was the hype. Like, this book, when it came out initially, the hype was insane. Like, everybody loved it. So I just felt like I too would love it. It's a 3-star read. Honestly, I feel like it's less than 3 stars, like 2.5 stars, but I gave these 3 stars for mainly because the main characters was a woman in STEM. That was like the author and the main character are women in STEM. That was the only reason why it's 3 stars. But I did enjoy it, Sha, and yeah, it's a very cliche book, but it's not so bad, but it's not up what's the hype. Does that make sense? Like, it's not such a bad book, but it's not really what the type of hype is getting. It's just a very basic book. And then finally, Ace of Spades by Farida Abike. I ended up giving this 4 stars. I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed this one. I don't know what it was, but there was just something like, okay, yes, the Get Out vibes and the Gossip Girls vibes, it lived up to that. It actually has serious Get Out and Gossip Girl vibes. I really enjoyed it. Like, the day I read this book, like, I used a weekend. Yes, I used one weekend to read it, and I was at my cousin's place, and this young man, because of my reactions while reading this book, this young man was just looking at me like I lost my mind. Like, honestly, this book was wild to me. I think my review of this book on Goodreads was white people moving mad all day every day for 450 pages. Guy, this book was wild. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, but I ended up giving it 4 stars, yeah. But this book is actually, I feel like this book is actually worth the hype. It's a really good book. So that was my 5-star prediction from 2022. Hopefully this year I end up finishing all the books I set out to read, so we can do an actual video within the year. But yeah, let's talk about my 5-star prediction for 2020. These are the books that I'm predicting I'm going to give 5 stars this year. Let's look at them now. So the first one is, yes, The Song of Achilles, because I intend to read this book this year. Come rain, come sunshine, I will read The Song of Achilles this year, and I still feel like I'll give it 5 stars, so it's on this list. The next is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I know everyone and their mama has read this book. Everybody that has read it loved it, and I'm the type to go with the crowd. Honestly, sometimes I try to be like, not like other readers and be like, oh, since everybody likes it I will like it, but that's a lie. Most of the time, if majority people like the book, I probably would end up loving it too, which is why this book is on this list, actually, because of the hype. And it better be worth the hype. It better be. The next is Chintu by Jennifer Makumbi. Makumbi is already my queen, even if I've only read one book by this author. I read The First Woman and loved that book to death. And yeah, I want to read her other books now, and I think Chintu is her debut. And yeah, this is a historical fiction about a multi-generational story, which is something I love. I love historical fiction. I love multi-generational stories. So this one just feels like it will be right up my alley. So yeah, I definitely think I'll give this 5 stars. And then we have Nervous Condition by, I can't pronounce this author's name. I'm so sorry. I don't want to try, because I don't like ruining people's names. Because I don't like it when my own is ruined too. So anyway, this book, I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about it, mostly because I feel like when this book came out and there was hype around it, I wasn't part of the book community, so I did not know anything about it. It just that one day on Twitter, I don't know how, but randomly someone tweeted about this book and said the book broke them. And I shit you not, since that day I have been hunting this book down. Like, that was all the person wrote, that she read this book and it broke her. And I was just like, I need that. I need this book in my life. And yeah, I just feel like, based on the synopsis and just that line from that person, this is going to be a 5-star read for me, just based off of those things. So I'm actually really excited to read this one. I don't know when this year I'll read it, but I'll read it, and I feel like this will be 5 stars actually. 10 minutes 38 seconds in this strange world by Eli Shafak. This one had actually had hype on Bookstagram. I saw a few people talk about it and say that it's an incredibly sad book. The heartbreak, pain, suffering, you will feel it all with it. And I feel like at this point you should know that when I hear words like that, automatically that book is on my radar. I'm looking for it, because those are the feelings I look for in book. Heartbreak. Sorry, I want to turn off my phone. Heartbreak. That's what I want. I want to be broken. Shatter me. That's what I look for in books. So yeah, this one was on my radar also, and this year I feel like I'm finally ready to read it. Yeah, because I've had this book for 2 years now, but yeah, I'm finally ready to be broken into pieces, to be shattered. I want this book to break me in ways I've never been broken before. Anyway, yeah, I also predict that I'll give this 5 stars. So I'm honestly looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to reading all these. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought about them in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.